Welcome to the channel. Thank you to everybody for tuning in. Today I am looking forward to bringing you a truly exciting and stunning watch not long released by the Wicked Watch company. Now, I've featured a few of their watches on the channel before. It is a Swiss brand which specializes in high-end manufacturing techniques and the use of high-end materials not commonly seen. Now, by doing this, I really think that they are one of the most niche micro brands on the market. There's already a fair few people who know about Wicked Watch and they know the brand owner Pascal, and I personally know him as well, and he's one of the most transparent watch brand owners out there. He does not hide a single thing about the watch manufacturing process, and in fact he exposes how so many other brands straight up lie about the manufacturing and materials they use. But we're not going to get into that today. We are going to focus on the latest offering. This is the Timascus Pearl Diver version 2. Now, Timascus is a titanium version of what is known as Damascus steel. Now, they have also featured this Timascus case design on a couple of the other watches, and it gives you a very unique look, as you can obviously see. There's so many iridescent colors. The watch just absolutely shimmers, and due to the way it's been manufactured, no two cases are the same. But as you can tell, they haven't just stopped at the case. We have a Timascus crown, a Timascus bezel insert, and a stunning Timascus dial. Now, it's something you won't see on so many entry-level mainstream brands, including the Swiss brands. Now, just a quick clarification before we continue. Now, even though Wicked Watch is a Swiss brand, they don't just offer Swiss-made watches, they also offer non-Swiss made, which this Pearl Diver comes under, as it features the use of the Miota 9039 movement, which is a dateless version of the 9015. You also get a AR coated sapphire crystal, 200 meters of water resistance with a triple gasket screw down crown and a screw down case back, as well as a 120 click unidirectional diving bezel. Now, this is a 39mm diameter watch with a thickness of just 11.3mm and a lug-to-lug just shy of 47mm with a 20mm lug width, and it's quite a compact mid-sized diver. Now, the price for this is around the $800 mark, which is about 600 Great British pounds, which I'd say is quite reasonable considering the materials used and the specifications I've presented. Now, before we take a closer look at the stunning Timascus details, let's look over the functional aspects of the watch. Now, you have a 120 click unidirectional diving bezel, which now features a ball bearing mechanism. Now, this gives the bezel a very tactile rotation. It's very precise and very consistent too. Usually titanium bezels are not the best, which is why I feel this ball bearing system is probably the one to use to achieve an absolute solid feel, which this bezel is probably one of the most solid because there's no movement in there at all, and you can see it lines up perfectly. Now, the bezel, as I said, features the Timascus bezel insert with applied Lume markings, and I really like how you can see all the layers of the material. It's almost got this tiger stripe look to the bezel with the tighter layering that you can see. Now, the crown is just 6mm in diameter, and it does have a triple gasket design. It's got a smooth screw down, but personally I would have liked the crown to be just a touch bigger for slightly better grip. Now, let us take a closer look at this Timascus and see what it's all about. So, as mentioned, the distinct visual effect you see is achieved by the different titanium alloys reacting and anodizing at different rates. Now, this happens when you combine usually two different types of grades, but with this particular one, I believe there's a grade 2 and a grade 5 mix, and a bit of grade 3 added in for good measure. Now, depending on specific parameters such as heat and time, it creates this vibrant multicolored pattern, which I gotta say is amazing to see in hand. Now, due to this process, every pattern is going to be quite unique, and you're always going to have a 1-1 of an item. And what I'm amazed at is Pascal using this material across every part of the watch, the dial, insert, the entire case, which, to be honest, if you know him, is Pascal all over. Now, one thing I have noticed about the dial is that there is a strong metallic shimmer. It stands out so much, and something unique to this particular dial is that large area just towards the right hand side of the dial, which gives you this metallic burnt orange coloration. And this is all down to the materials used and obviously the heating at specific temperatures. Now the dial does also feature a discrete printed minute track. You get the printed logo at the 12 and some printed text above the 6. You also get these applied maxi style hour markers with a polished gilt frame. And then you get these high quality polished gold plated hands, which do actually complement the flashes of burnt orange that you get on the dial. And I do really like this particular set of hands. Definitely shows dive watch DNA and of course awesome legibility. Now of course we have to check out the Lume. Wicked watch are known for out of this world lume. The lume used on this watch is Japanese Miota lume. It's been used on the bezel and the dial in the hands, and it's going to be the brightest BGW9 you ever see. The lume is actually nicknamed All Night Lume, and you can see there is zero patchiness, there's ample layers applied, and it's one of the most punchiest BGW9 lume offerings you're going to see on a watch. And those are some of the reasons why I'd say this is far from a novelty watch. Because the focus has still remained on this being a functional diver. Now let's check out more details on the case. And what I've noticed is that the grain or the layers of this Timascus case are quite tight. They're a lot tightly layered. You see just a lot more layering, similar to the bezel insert of course. And there's plenty of variation present across the case, or character as I like to call it. And I say this in comparison to the other Timascus offerings, particularly the V1, which I featured on the channel some time ago. Now in terms of actual feel in hand, it's quite smooth to touch. It doesn't feel like titanium. Usually titanium has that sort of rough texture when you get the raw titanium feel. But it feels quite solid at the same time. Almost like, I don't know, a mirrored chrome ball, if that makes sense. Yeah, as you can see, the case does give you a nice gloss on there. So overall, it does feel quite robust. Now the case back, that is the good old titanium that we're used to seeing. You've got the Pearl Diver engraved on the back as well as the specifications. Now the watch only comes with this blue FKM rubber strap. And yeah, straight away in hand you can feel that it is high quality. It does feature this tight weave pattern. Very soft and supple of course being FKM. And it also features a matching Timascus buckle. Now on wrist, you guys already know with the dimensions presented, it's going to fit extremely well. It's 39mm versus the 47mm lug to lug, and on my 6.5-inch wrist, the fit and the looks are great. It's also quite lightweight and very solid at the same time. Now the main thing of course is the material used. Under normal lighting, the iridescence is subdued. It doesn't really sparkle or shimmer too much. It's slightly toned down, but outdoors under natural sunlight, the case comes to life. It's quite reflective. You do see the vibrance of the multicolored layers, and the dial has this liquid sort of gloss effect, and it's very shiny, and you just see so many colors. Now you'll also notice how exceptionally good the AR coating on the sapphire is. There is zero glare coming from outdoor light or just under the dial. It's probably the sharpest and the most clarity that I've seen on a sapphire crystal. That's because Wicked Watch have put numerous layers of air coating on their sapphire crystals. So for around the £600 mark, if we compare like for like, compare with what's out there, Wicked Watch doesn't really have much competition due to their USP of different grade of materials and of course the high quality lume they use, complete with a high beat Miota movement, and as I said at the start, one of the most niche micro brands out there. So that's it from me today guys. Over to you in the comments section below. Let's hear your thoughts, and I'll be seeing you on the next video. Thank you for watching.